Good afternoon, all dear students. Last time we had learned what is thermometer. Okay, today I am going to teach you specific heat. See, specific heat. The specific heat of an object is the amount of heat required to increase the temperature of unit mass of that substance through 1 degree. तो स्पेसिफिक हीट क्या होती है? स्पेसिफिक हीट मतलब जो ऑब्जेक्ट होता है वो ऑब्जेक्ट का जो अमाउंट ऑफ हीट उसको रिक्वायर है तो वो इंक्रीज़ करने के लिए हम क्या करेंगे, टेम्परेचर देते हैं. ठीक है, और टेम्परेचर मतलब द टेम्परेचर ऑफ यूनिट मास ऑफ दैट सब्सटेंस थ्रू 1 डिग्री, उसको ही हम स्पेसिफिक हीट कहते हैं. दिस इज़ रिप्रेजेंटेड बाय द सिंबल सी. इट्स यूनिट इन SI इज जूल पर kg degree Celsius and in CGS is calories per gram degree Celsius. Suppose Q amount of heat is required to increase the temperature of an object of mass m and specific heat C from T1 Ti to Tf. This amount depends on the mass and specific heat of the object as well as on the increase in temperature and can be written as Q is equal to m multiplied by C multiplied by Tf minus T1. ये इक्वेशन 3 हो जाएगा. Different substance have different specific heat. We are going to learn more about it in future classes. The specific heat of the few substance are given in the following table. तो कुछ सब्सटेंस का स्पेसिफिक हीट दिया है, जैसे कि एल्यूमिनियम 0.21 है, अल्कोहल का 0.58 है, गोल्ड का 0.03 है, हाइड्रोजन का दिया है 3.42. ठीक है, अदर सब्सटेंस का भी दिया है. यू शुड रीड दिस. नाउ कैलोरीमीटर क्या होता है देखो. वी हैव सीन दैट thermometer is used to measure the temperature of an object. A calorimeter is used to measure the heat content of the object. तो हम थर्मामीटर का यूज़ क्यों करते हैं? जो ऑब्जेक्ट का टेम्परेचर है वो मेजर करने के लिए. लेकिन कैलोरीमीटर का यूज़ हम क्यों करते? उस ऑब्जेक्ट में कितना हीट कंटेंट है वो मेजर करने के लिए कैलोरीमीटर का यूज़ करते हैं. यूजिंग दिस इक्विपमेंट we can measure the heat produced or absorbed in the physical or chemical process. A calorimeter is shown in figure 14.5. Similar to the thermoflask, a calorimeter has two vessels, an inner and outer one. This way, no heat can be transferred from the inner to the outer vessel or from the outer to the inner vessel. Thus, the inner vessel is thermally isolated from the surrounding. The inner vessel is made up of copper, a thermometer for measuring the temperature, and stirrer for stirring the liquid in the calorimeter, and are fitted in it. Okay, तो देखो स्टूडेंट, कैलोरीमीटर क्या होता है, स्पेसिफिक हीट क्या होता है, वो मैं आपको अभी बताती हूँ. ठीक है, उससे रिलेटेड मैं आप लोगों को एक वीडियो दिखा दूँगी, और कैलोरीमीटर का फिर आपको डायग्राम भी आपके बुक में ऑलरेडी दिया है. वो डायग्राम में आपको वीडियो के थ्रू एक्सप्लेन कर देंगे विथ दिस इक्वेशन. ओके, फिर नीचे सॉल्व क्वेश्चन दिया है. उसके बाद हमारा एक्सपांशन ऑफ सॉलिड ए पॉइंट हम नेक्स्ट लेक्चर वीडियो लेक्चर में देखेंगे. ठीक है, अभी मैं आपको स्पेसिफिक हीट और कैलोरीमीटर से रिलेटेड वीडियो दिखाती हूँ. उसके पहले देर आर 2 क्वेश्चन. स्टूडेंट्स, यूज योर ब्रेन पावर एंड टेल मी द आंसर ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन. You don't tell, I will tell you. Okay, why does your mother put folded cloth strip soaked in cold water on your forehead when you have high fever? The answer of this question is to remove the heat quickly from our body and thereby lower the temperature of body as water has high specific heat. ठीक है, तो क्वेश्चन नंबर 2, why is calorimeter made of copper? Copper is a good conductor of heat and has low specific heat. Also, copper is durable and not highly reactive. Okay, तो देखो अभी कैलोरीमीटर क्या होता है और स्पेसिफिक हीट क्या होता है.
might have noticed that if you are trying to boil a lot of water, it takes longer than if you only wish to boil a small amount of water. This is all because of something called heat capacity. Keep watching to learn more. Before we get into details, it is important to realize that there is a difference between heat and temperature. Temperature is a way of describing how hot or cold an object is, and is measured in degrees Celsius, whereas heat is a form of energy and is measured in joules. The more heat transferred to an object, the more its temperature will rise. So heat and temperature are related, but they are not the same. So what is heat capacity? Capacity of a substance is defined as the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of a material by 1 degree Celsius. However, what's more useful for us to think about is the specific heat capacity of a substance. This is, as it says in the name, a little bit more specific. It is the amount of heat required to raise 1 kilogram of a material by 1 degree Celsius. Different materials have different known specific heat capacities, but we aren't always given a table like this, so we need to know how to calculate specific heat capacities ourselves. We have this equation, which can be written as symbols like this. The energy transferred is the heat energy absorbed or released. This equation can also be rearranged. To work out the temperature change, subtract the old temperature from the new temperature. Let's have a look at a problem. Pause the video and attempt to calculate the specific heat capacity of lead. How did you get on? The energy transferred is this, the mass is this, and the temperature change is 10 degrees Celsius. Because it's this, take away this. Using the rearranged equation, substitute in the values and we get 128 joules per kilogram Celsius. Here is another practice problem. Pause the video and attempt to calculate the energy transferred to the lead. Did you get it right? We could divide by 1000 to turn the answer into kilojoules. Notice that the answer is negative this time. It's because we cooled the lead. The temperature change will always be negative if it is being cooled, and positive if it is being heated. So there you have it. To summarize, specific heat capacity is the amount of energy needed to raise 1 kilogram of a substance by 1 degree Celsius. It's helpful because it allows us to work out how much energy we need to heat up or cool down a substance to a desired temperature. To calculate it, use the following equation.
Please like and share our videos with your friends. If you haven't...
In this video, we're going to learn about calorimeters, what they are, how they might be used, and why they are used.
The exchange of heat depends on 3 factors. First, mass of the substance, or M. Second, specific heat of the substance, or S. Third, difference in the temperature of the substances, or T. We use calorimeter to find the specific heat of the substance. A calorimeter is a cylindrical copper container kept inside a wooden box. The space between the container and the wooden box is filled with cork, sawdust, glass, or wool. That is basically a substance which is a non-conductor. The wooden container has a lid inserted with a stirrer, and it also has a thermometer. A measured mass of water is taken in the calorimeter, and its temperature is noted T1. The substance whose specific heat is to be found is heated up to temperature T2 and then transferred to the calorimeter. The water in the calorimeter is stirred and the final temperature of the mixture T3 is found. With the help of mathematical formula, heat lost is equal to heat gained, we can calculate the specific heat of the substance.
This was our today's lecture, student. Thank you. Bye bye.